Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I think my green screen's still on. That's why it looks like that. Take that off. Yeah, there we go. My bad about that, y'all. My bad. Make sure this Facebook thing going. Definitely. Let's get into some music, man. Let's get into some music. Play some heat, yo. Play some of this heat, B. Thing smacking. Salute to everybody watching, man. Salute to everybody on Facebook. What's goody, Scotty? What's popping, my guy? Matter of fact, I'm about to play y'all joint too. Hold up. Matter of fact, just because you watching. Just because you watching. You get this one right. My boy, man. I fuck with y'all, man. Salute to everybody from New Britain watching me, man. Let me get right to my boy shit first. Let me get right to this real quick. Let me get the screen up. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that motherfucking like button, man. 15 people already. We're not even 2 minutes in, man. I appreciate y'all support, man. We're going to support each other. Who going to support us? Make sure y'all can see this, all right? Show some love, man. Blow the screen up a little bit. DJ, get it right. No, hold me close. That's right, DJ, get it right. Let go, just say it. I don't want to hear no, I'm on you down. Promise I'll never let go. So cold without you. Lady luck is left my side. I'ma have to fall without you. Without you, without you. One thing I know about you is you'll be back. Cause I know you feel the same way too. Loving me the same way, boo. And we can't go back to being perfect strangers. We was really meant to be like baby Jesus in the manger. I'm like a pager, girl, I'm fiending for your flavor. And you look a little lost, mommy, I could be your savior. I'm a go-getter, it's not about the cheddar. But believe me when I tell you, baby, I can make you better. You can't imagine, I really start to fathom. Going shopping with the babies and you hopping out the phantoms. So tell me, girl, how you gonna resist a life with me on some beautiful shit? A wife for me and some beautiful kids. All you gotta do is say yes. Just say yes. And don't say no. No, hold me close. And don't let go. Let go. Just say yes. I don't wanna hear no. No, I'm on you close. Promise I'll never let go. Let go. Feeling my body, baby. I'm getting ideas for why we here. Some things we could probably do. I'm trying to get close to you and do things grown folk known to do. Like have a little liquor, have a little fun, then take it to the crib and make a little love. Girl, all intoxicated conversations may just lead to fornications. Leave your homies waiting, they'll be raging more. You know your clothes, you should take them on. Toss them in the corner, girl, you know what you're doing, know what you're moving, know how to move it. I ain't trying to tune it and boot it, might as well use it before you lose it. By the start juicing, you so juicy, loving your breasts, your dog, I'm so base. Ooh, yeah, it's about that time. I wrap that wine, I want that top and pour me your glass straight to the top while I call me your best. And rubbing it, hugging it, kissing it, loving it, think about cupping it, fucking with you. The things I do out of this world for real, but girl, you're worth it. You are my purpose, I'm loving our time together, so let's just enjoy each other. These feelings won't last forever. Just say yes, and don't say no. No, hold me close, and don't let go. Let go, just say yes. I
Did it again. Oh, man. Salute to the chat, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Appreciate the love, you know. Appreciate the love, you know. Man, I got a couple of songs I want to play, yo. So tell me how. Salute to everybody watching. Hit that like button. Salute to everybody on Facebook watching me. I fuck with you, Madeline. I see you, Sky. I see you over there, Sandra. What's good, Prima? How you? Fuck with you over there, Prima. I see you. You play another song for somebody from my hood, man. Another New Britain cat. Salute to New Britain.
Hey, yo, Ren, turn that up.
You know I ride with it. Talking like you got a stick and I bet he could die with it. And when I was telling you can't see you drive, you know you gon' slide, nigga. Ain't no love in my city, they all fake. I get money the reason they all hate. Remember days I was stressing, I'm ballin'. 30 bins in my pocket like Harden. Now they sitting on fake, but I'm stalling. I call boy, he gon' start trying to offer. Fuck around for that boy in the coffin. Fuck around for that boy in the coffin. I said they know I ride with it. He was talking like he got a stick and I bet he could die with it. When I was telling you drive, you know slide, nigga. How the fuck can you telling your bros me switching my mind, nigga? Perfect time, just think it's my time, so you know I'ma shine up. She was calling my line, I don't mind her. Yeah, time's up, and I told that little bitch that time's up. My life is a movie, can't fuck with no girl, I'm smoking on what's got my mind stuck. Yeah. I'm smoking on what's got my mind stuck. I can't fuck with y'all niggas, y'all cat. You think I'm a rapper, you know I'm no rapper, nigga. I still cause you whack. When I hop on the beat, I relax. Now they copy my flow, should be sad. I'm just trying to get it, don't care about who winning. Just know I'ma make it out fast. It's big time and you women, you bitch be tripping. Like I can go hop in the jet. My brothers, I give it my life. I'm talking about the past, but that was a past. Just know I'ma run some right. On my bro, I'ma running no fast. On my bro, I'ma running no fast. On my bro, I'ma running no fast. On my bro, I'ma. I said they know I ride with it. He was talking like he got a stick and I bet he could die with it. When those 10 and you can't see you drop, you know you gon' slide, nigga. How the fuck you telling your bros me switch on my mind, nigga? Perfect time, just think it's my time, so you know I'ma shine. I'm shining, feel like it's just perfect time. And they not gonna fuck with you bitches, y'all bitches be tripping, think y'all tryna lie me. And I keep a Glocky, that big shit all on my body. That I'm talking, how me gon' spin through his block, and you know how my niggas move walkie. Like a zombie, I pop a perk for like a zombie. I know if you thinking about me, cause you know I've been thinking about you. Like shit on my mind, so I woke up my night, but he could even see girl without you. I can hide with the guys marinating my mind, smoking once I just feel like it's helpful. But you say you gon' slide and can help you. 2 to 3 in my blick, it might melt you. And I still got some hots from the south too. I ain't worried they stay in the house too. DBG in a party, like blickers on blickers. I hop in the Rari, them windows is tinted. Don't got no time for no thought of her feelings. I get to them racks, why y'all niggas be tripping. If you getting cash, how you spending on women? I said you getting cash, why you spending on women? Run up a bag for my brother, you get it. If you getting cash, why you spending on women? If you getting cash, why you spending on women? If you getting cash, why you spending on women? Ain't no love in my city, they all fake. I get money the reason they all hate. Remember days I was stressing, I'm ballin'. 30 bins in my pocket like Harden. Now they sitting on fake, but I'm stalling. I call boy, he gon' start trying to offer. Fuck around for that boy in the coffin. Fuck around for that boy in the coffin. I said they know I ride with it. He was talking like he got a stick and I bet he could die with it. When I was telling you can't see you drive, you know he gon' slide, nigga. How the fuck you telling your bros me switching my mind, nigga? Perfect time, just think it's my time, so you know I'ma shine.
Man, this shit fire, B. So hold up, man. I got something else I want to play, yo. So tell me how. I just found out like yesterday that I got some niggas around my way that actually made some songs and music videos. So hold on, let me get back over here. Let me. So salute to everybody in the chat, man. I see y'all. Let me give y'all some shout outs. Salute to everybody on Facebook watching. I see y'all too. Salute Ralph Cologne, West Dallas Radio, Loke Bones. I see y'all, man. Johnny Love, what's popping, y'all? Salute Cali 26. Fuck with you, bro. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that motherfucking like button. So check it out, man. I got some niggas in my hood, right? I just got put on yesterday by my bro-in-law. Got some niggas in my hood These niggas made rap videos and shit when I was locked up and shit. I didn't even know this shit happened. I know this shit kind of old, but I don't give a fuck. I'm showing niggas in my hood, these niggas in my state, niggas in my city, showing niggas love. You heard me? I ain't even know this shit was lit till like yesterday. First time I see this shit was yesterday.
Try this, Guru.
Oh, where you at, nigga?
Yeah.
I'm here, but you ain't here though. Just talking all that
Shut
shit
up, my day of news.
and you ain't here. I'm on your motherfucking ass, nigga. Bang! I woke up early this morning, boring. Had to pick up my phone cause they was calling. Hit on me, tell them I'm all in. So fall in line, it's roll call. More like Kane, he old dog, so pay us. Or the doctor if you old dog. I got a few shots that you can hold, dog. Call a few shots on a few blocks I own, dog. It was sicker than the flu shot. More pain than Tupac. Backstabbing your friends got glue shot. I love cuz, but it's the truth for real. Salute every goon nigga from the hill. To the death, we roll like E-pills. 30s go for 20, hit me up if you need pills. This boy, I swear I'm a hustler. Save 5 G's a week, satisfy the customers. All night long, break night to the moon drop. Ever seen a fiend cook up on a spoon? They hit that shit once and go to the moon. Y'all niggas pussies call you Mr. Meow. Give me a General Sauce chicken from Mr. Childs. Potato and steak, feel great, smoke a lot of weed, plus my life is shit. Like Bean said, I walk a mile a day. American sniper, hit you from a mile away. Broad day, light boys, shoot out on the day. Bang!
I never went to sleep, man. No sleep goons over here, man. I mean, y'all dream chasing. We don't know what a dream look like.
I've been up for 8 days, bro.
We from the hill, man. While y'all just waking up, I'm trying to stay up, but my eyes wanna shut. Ain't slept in 12 days, no haircut. You can hardly see my waves. Bags under my eyes, thank God for my shades, but I can't go to sleep. Gotta watch for the snakes that wanna see me locked up behind closed gates. I can say fuck them cause I'm good behind gates, but man, I done spit years behind gates. I'm tired of the visits and protein shakes. Gotta call my kids early, they can't stay up late. Fuck that. My nigga 9 got me wavy, chewed up crazy, so I spread the gravy. Cause when my dogs hungry, they act a little crazy. Nobody eat on the streets unless y'all pay me.
I woke up early this morning, boring. Had to pick up the phone cause it was snoring. Money on my mind, so I stay on my grind. Got my Timbs on, 4 pound on the hip, rah. Just in case niggas want war. But I'm telling you, these niggas don't want war. I don't even take this rap shit serious. Dudes ain't gangsta 9, they bi-curious. I was taught how to stack them chips and never to drive dirty in them fancy whips. Learn the game right, I'm on some focused shit. Never hustle backwards, that's some bugged out shit. In the hood, niggas carry big ass clips. That's why I stay with the best case I ever get hit. And if I do, niggas better pray to God. Swear to my son's done, I kill your mom. I'm about money and drugs. Fuck kisses and hugs. But if my hands force, yeah, I'm busting my gun. No love for you faggots. Homos and thugs, hard foot little maggots. You know how we roll. 14 in the clip, nigga, 1 in the hole. 4 bricks to that yay, nigga, ready to blow. Release date, May 15th, I'm ready to go. Fuck you, yours truly, the kid named O. Charmin'. Niggas don't understand what the fuck is going on out here.
Salute to everybody watching, man. Salute to everybody watching. Hit that like button, man. Salute to everybody on Facebook.
Oh, where you at, nigga?
Salute to everybody on Facebook, man. I appreciate y'all showing love. This shit just won't go right to where I want it. So, you know, I'm going to play one more song, man. Like I said, yo, I just got put on. I ain't even know that my niggas in the hood was making music like this. I ain't even know this shit. I just found all this shit out yesterday. So I want to play like maybe 1 or 2 more songs. And we're going to get into the content, man, because we're going to talk about a real topic today, man. I don't care how old or how long ago this shit happened, but I just found out. So we just played this one. So we're going to play like 1 or 2 more.
Ride for my own, die for my own. Get the fuck out my zone and get burnt by chrome. Ride for my own, die for my own. Get the fuck out my zone and get burnt by chrome. I'm not in the right frame of mind for arguing, nigga. All beef gets turned to barbecue, nigga. Behind on rent, just rob a few niggas. Once was a fugitive, cause I popped a few niggas. I'm known to black out like blown fuses. Fuck Bush, I got my own army and my own shooters. More than 1 P89 cause I own Rugers. Spirit like the Holy Ghost, eyes like Medusa. The streets don't shoot like they used to. What happened, man? Real niggas stuck in the bing like traffic jams. But when you run with snitches, that's what the fuck happens, man. So scared of the stakes, then you'll sign statements and turn one of the greats in. No respect for the OG teachers, so hunt them down, blow them to pieces for no reason. Leave them with a minute left to breathe, and that's even. Nigga, ride for my own, die for my own. Nigga, get the fuck out my zone and get burned by chrome, nigga. Ride for my own, die for my own. Nigga. Get the fuck out my zone and get burnt by chrome.
Hey yo, I smash you, clap you, listen to the sample. It's DW, got you choked in the grapple. You feared and rattled, you scared to battle. Weird little ass, so I milk the cattle. Climbing to the top of this rap with no hassle. The king with the throne, the booth is my castle. Respect my zone, it's like going to the chapel. God body, I self-lord the master. Rock parties, on the mic I'm a disaster. Block hobbies, niggas got gaps with lasers. Top shotties, vulture shock you like a taser. D is for deliverance, deliver with ease. W for the weapon that I got up my sleeve. I is for impatience that I got with dumb niggas. Me and my vultures be plotting on dumb niggas. Give us the jewels, the drugs, and all your figures. Hitting switches and popping talkers when I'm off. We about to take over this music and crash the market. Rap artists, when we spit, we the hardest. In the streets, we throw blows like Ron Artest and bomb your set and stand back and
So real quick. The other day when we did the what is it called? Riding Cars with Stars. What's it called? Street Stars and Cars. Seen the projects that you just seen? That's where we was. That's where we drove through. We was in that project. A lot of the scenes in both of these videos is in that project, and it's in that we be in the hood. You heard me, man? Get y'all back to this music, man. Promote my nigga. Y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. I don't know how. I just closed the damn page. So what I'll do is I'm gonna get into the next one. Then we're gonna get right into this content, man. Cause I want some of y'all to chime in on the shit that I'm about to bring to the awareness, man. This shit crazy what I'm about to bring up. Watch. Hold up a second. Let me bring the screen up. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. I just want to show some love to my niggas, man. I said these videos are kind of old, but I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. I ain't even know these shits existed till yesterday. Showing my niggas love, B. All right, let me make sure that shit there.
All my life I'm getting paid. All my life I'm getting money.
All my life I'm getting paid.
Yeah. Trigger finger itching, I got calluses. One
All my
Yeah.
life I'm getting paid.
bang.
All my life I'm getting money. All my life I'm getting paid.
Yeah. Trigger finger itching, I got calluses. One shot to lift a nigga out his New Balances. The king's home, give me my seat. Tell the help, prepare the table, it's time to eat. Whoever wanna win better listen up. Hands in the air, it's a stick up, nigga, give it up. Broad day, gang banging, throwing signs. The king of New England, the throne is mine. No disrespect to LOG or Benzino. Y'all both legends. I just feel I'm equal. The rap master shoot shit like my predecessors. Everybody's a shooter, my niggas keep weapons. Soon as I was let in the game, I made sure niggas knew my name and I wasn't playing. I'm the type to ask a motherfucker what he's saying and knock his ass out if he say it. So repeat yourself, I triple dog dare you. This ain't Christmas Story, my pistols are 40. Bitch nigga by nature, I'm naughty. I'm a motherfucking bone crusher, voodoo priest, soul toucher. Before P-Rock, I was a soul brother. CL was smooth, my inspiration came from Crush Groove. It was a teenage love when LL was cool. When Biz made music with his mouth, I was out the house.
No, we ain't with that struggle. No, we ain't with that broke shit. No, all our life we hustle. Yeah, and we never keep a broke bitch. No, cocaine, 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 pounds of green, cocaine, what you need, cocaine.
So I want to stop this real quick right here. Cam up for y'all. See that part of the video? I don't know why it just went away like that. My bad, I hit the wrong angle. See the part of the video where we at right here? See the street? For the nigga that keeps trying to dox me? That's the street I live on right there. They shoot music videos on the street I live on, nigga. I ain't even know this shit happened till yesterday. This shit like 5, 6 years old. This shit old. You know what I mean? You out here trying to put my address out there. Nigga, my street is on rap videos, nigga. Fuck as you mean, nigga? I'm in the hood, B. Fuck. Man, salute to my nigga. That's my nigga, make him pay. Fuck you mean? My nigga D-Dub in the building. Fuck you mean, nigga? Salute to everybody on Facebook watching, man. Fuck wrong with these niggas, man. We pushing our own. I'm trying to push all my hood niggas, all my niggas from my hood. I don't care how old you, if you got rap music, if you got videos, right, and you own it, you own the lyrics, you own the video, you own the beat, put that shit on YouTube. Make a channel, put your shit up there, and I'll put your shit on the Summer Jam screen, as they say. True shit, man.
nigga by nature, I'm naughty. I'm a motherfucking bone crusher, voodoo priest, soul toucher. Before P-Rock, I was a soul brother. CL was smooth, my inspiration came from Crush Grooves. It was a teenage love when LL was cool. When Biz made music with his mouth, I was out the house.
No, we ain't with that struggle. No, we ain't with that broke shit. No, all our life we hustle. Yeah, and we never keep a broke bitch. No. Cocaine, 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 pounds of green, cocaine, what you need, cocaine. We ain't with that struggle, no. We ain't with that broke shit, no. All our life we hustle, yeah, and we never keep a broke bitch, no.
It's nothing. Say cheese. Bitch, please. No surprise, freeze. Get beside me. What inside me? Define me, Lord. Why me? Paint pictures. Fuck bitches. Stash king. We come stains. Stay calm. Interrogations. DNA, not my blood. Go ahead, take it. Protected. Herb basement, bottom bitch, where safest, 36 left, 25 right, 125, been whipping those my whole life. Remember the name, Michelangelo, CT cocaine, make the whole town glow.
No, we ain't with that struggle. No, we ain't with that broke shit. No, all our life we hustle. Yeah, and we never keep a broke bitch. No. Cocaine, 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 pounds of green, cocaine, what you need, cocaine. We ain't with that struggle, no. We ain't with that broke shit, no. All our life we hustle, yeah, and we never keep a broke bitch, no. Good day, one more time. My friend.
Happy New Year. This
Salute. Appreciate everybody who stuck around, man. Those my niggas, man. I know them niggas since like some of them niggas is older than me, some of them niggas is my age, some of them niggas is younger than me. Man, I know them niggas since like free lunch, you heard me? Y'all niggas know what free lunch is. Y'all niggas know what the fuck that means. I know them niggas since free lunch, B. Me and them niggas go all the way the fuck back. For real, man. Damn, I ain't even known that niggas was doing that, yo. True shit. That was on my block, man. True talk. Fuck with them niggas, man. I ain't haven't seen none of them niggas in like over 10 years, B. I think I seen Make 'em Pay a few years back, maybe like once or twice, in that same spot in that same store, actually. Matter of fact, yeah, we was in that same store. Yup. Matter of fact, to think about it, we was right there. Damn, man. He was with another nigga that be rapping my hood. He's fuck is his name? Prime. What the I think it's 2 days. Something Prime. It's Prime. I think it's Prime. Or it might just be Prime. But yeah, you know what I mean? All kinds of different my niggas, man. But that shit old as fuck, man. I gotta just see what's going on, man. You know what I mean? Because, you know, them's real hood niggas. Them niggas don't even know I'm on this shit. I told them niggas, if I was to see them niggas, I'd be like, yo, I got a YouTube channel. Them niggas probably wouldn't even believe me. Niggas be like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't got no fucking YouTube, my nigga. That ass, my nigga. But salute, that's nigga make him pay. Go check my nigga music out. I'm pretty sure he still got music. You know what I mean? D-Dub was in there. The nigga Mike Angelo was in there. Who else was there? Of course, Make 'em Pay was there rapping. But I'm gonna keep bringing some music. But this shit right here, all right? Salute to everybody in the chat. My bad. I ain't know I've been smoking a bogey and shit, smoking a cigarette. But now we about to get into some real shit now. All right? We about to get niggas hands some hard hand. I want niggas to check in on this shit too. So I don't know 100% how relevant this shit is, but I don't give a fuck when it happened. It's just the fact that it fucking happened. This shit is crazy, yo. I don't get it. I don't get what type of person has a state of mind to do this type of shit, right? So when I say I like to stand up for people, I like to bring awareness. I ain't the one that's gonna say I'm standing up for somebody and then play a video that's degrading them at the same time. But we digressing. I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna probably get struck for this video. I'm gonna be 100 because this video's from another channel. It's from like one of them news channels. I don't really know how this YouTube shit work. Quite frankly, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because we here to bring awareness, man. Because this shit can't be happening. This shit it can't be happening, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, yo. Hit that like button. Hit that motherfucking like button. Get that motherfucking likes up, you heard? Salute to my nigga Jake Quill. I'm gonna play that video if y'all ain't see it, but check it, man. We're gonna bring awareness to this shit, yo. We can't have this type of thinking. This shit ain't cool. This shit ain't right. As a man, I don't give a fuck what race you are. As a man, if you know other men that's on this type of time, you're a piece of shit for not doing nothing to them. How about that? It's real shit. Because when I say I stand up for women, this is how I thought before I met my wife. I got a mother, I got a sister, and I got nieces. You know what I mean? Now I got a mother, I got a sister, I got nieces, I got a wife, I got daughters. We just added to what was already there. You know what I'm saying? Like true shit. I'm about to show y'all niggas some shit that when I heard it, I couldn't fucking believe it. This shit. I don't give a fuck if you have, I don't give a fuck if a male has a mental illness. There's no justification for this action. You either pop this nigga in his head or you fucking castrate him. True shit. Even if it's his first offense, because they're going to tell you it's his first offense, right? But I look at it like it's the first time he got caught. It's not the first time he did it. It's the first time he got caught. Because I'm going to want you to listen to the intricate words. It's the words that they use. And then they breeze over something and then they don't get back to it. But I'm about to play this shit, yo. Check this shit out. Shit crazy. Make that one bigger.
Ever since that dramatic December day played out at Hacienda Healthcare, a lot has happened. But now we're getting a look at the official police report from the Hacienda investigation.
So stop. As you can see, it's from another channel. It's Court TV. It's a legit channel. You know what I mean? Some legit shit right here. And listen to what this, you see the name? This shit ain't no joke. Check this shit out. Listen.
Parts of it are disturbing. For example, when the victim, who police confirm was unable to talk, move, swallow, or breathe normally, was...
Did you hear that? She couldn't talk, breathe, swallow, move normally. I'll play that shit one more time. Shit ain't no joke, man.
I'll warn you, parts of it are disturbing. For example, when the victim, who police confirm was unable to talk, move, swallow, or breathe normally, was brought to the hospital, a doctor said she showed signs of being sexually active and having given birth before, suggesting this may not have been the only time the woman had a baby.
Did you hear that? So she can't move. She can't talk. She can't do none of this shit. She's bedridden. Let me make sure my mic. Okay, my mic is not muted. She's bedridden. She can't move. And she's out here getting pregnant, my nigga? Like, what? The fuck is going on here?
Interviews with Hacienda nurses and employees indicate the woman's stomach had been bloated for 4 months and she had no menstruation for 6 months. A doctor ordered an ultrasound, but the test was declined by the diagnostic company. The police report even says that in 2002,
all right, it got declined because the diagnostic company, to their records, she's bedridden and she's not having sex. So this is why they denied the fucking what the doctor wanted. For those of you, oh, but they denied the test. That's why they denied it, because she got it probably under the pretenses that she's never gonna have sex because she's bedridden. And it's not the first time. That's what I mean by like they just like gloss over. Watch, this shit is crazy. I'm gonna bring this shit back a little bit. This shit crazy.
For 6 months, a doctor ordered an ultrasound, but the test was declined by the diagnostic company. The police report even says that in 2002, the victim was part of a group of patients who were believed to have been touched inappropriately.
My nigga, a group of patients. A group. What the fuck is going on out here in America, yo? What the fuck is going on in America, yo? Like, what? Never in a million years you could have told me a year ago that I'd be on you, or 2 years ago that I'd be on YouTube talking about some scumbag in Phoenix doing this shit, yo. What the fuck is going on, yo? What happened? We up here, motherfuckers want to act like they're standing up for people. What happened? I'm a real fucking hood nigga, B. If this nigga was around my way, if I knew this fucking shitbag, oh my God, we would have had a hole already dug for this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. True shit. You gotta think about it. What if that was your aunt, your mother? What if you were older and that was your daughter? What if that's your grandmother? What if you're way older and that's your granddaughter? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is going on with this picture here, man? A group of them. This shit crazy.
The report even says that in 2002, the victim was part of a group of patients who were believed to have been touched inappropriately.
Got a DNA, have the person in custody, and he's in jail.
And then there's the accused, Nathan Sutherland, arrested after a DNA match. In the report, employees say after the baby...
All right. He works there. So when you say, you might say to yourself, damn, yo, but this nigga looks special. He's a caregiver. That means he works there. So he ain't that special. He was good enough to apply there and fucking get a job there.
Was born, Sutherland called in sick for the next 2 to 3 Sundays and told one employee he was...
So let me bring that back without the interruption.
In the report, employees say after the baby was born, Sutherland called in sick for the next 2 to 3 Sundays and told one employee he was going through a rough time and asked her to pray for him.
And I will tell you,
asked her to pray for him. What a piece of shit. He's basically fucking raping this woman over and over again, and the piece of shit cocksucking faggot is gonna ask this other person to pray for him. What the fuck, man? Like what? And this nigga work at yo. If I'm correct, if you're, I've never been a caregiver. Like I don't know what you got to go through. But if I believe you got to pass a drug test, so all right, better way of putting it. I don't know too many caregivers that smoke weed. I only know a handful. The majority of caregivers I know, they do not smoke marijuana. They probably drink and shit. You know what I mean? I know some that sniff coke to stay up all night because they be pulling like 18, 19-hour shifts. And they'll sniff coke to work their fucking 18, 19-hour shifts and shit. But they don't sniff when they're like partying, when they're out at home. They only do it when they're trying to bust these 18, 19-hour shifts. Not to say that it's right, but I don't do drugs. I'm just telling you what I know about people. But I smoke weed, my nigga. There's something wrong with this. I don't give a fuck how many blunts I smoke. I don't care if I'm bathing this woman. I would never think about this woman in a sexual manner. Yo, she can't even breathe right, my nigga. Like, do you understand that? She can't move. She can't talk. Yo, she can't even shake her hand to tap on a bed rail, to make noise, to signal somebody, to tell somebody that something is wrong. Like, what the fuck is going through your brain? Shit got me feeling some type of fucking way, yo. Shit ain't cool.
Born, Sutherland called in sick for the next 2 to 3 Sundays and told one employee he was going through a rough time and asked her to pray for him.
And I will tell you something that as an investigator, as a member of our community, that I look at as important is this was an employee rather than a stranger who made his way into the facility.
Police say Sutherland was a licensed practical nurse who had direct contact with the victim. Through a court order, they got DNA from Sutherland and say it matched with the victim's baby.
Mr. Sutherland, may I have your full name, please?
Nathan Darcy Sutherland.
And your date of birth?
3/31/1982.
Standing next to his attorney in court today.
He's 2 years younger than me. Look at how that nigga look. He younger than me. I was born 1980. I'm 40. I've said it over and over again. Niggas know how to count. He's 2 years younger than me.
A judge reads off the serious charges he's facing. A prosecutor, off camera, says the state will not settle for anything less than prison time.
The defendant sexually assaulted.
All right, so now check it out. Listen to what they saying. Around my way, right? It was probably like 10, maybe like 13 years back. Maybe 14, some shit like that, right? There was these 2 or 3 boys. They got caught with like laptops and computers of videos. Well, wait, hold on. I think how they initially got arrested was because they sent video of them sexually harming an infant fucking baby. A fucking infant, bro. I'm no fucking lying to you. And then when they raided they shit, I guess they found laptops and computers of them really like fucking with an infant, yo. Like sexually, like some wild shit, yo. Right? To the point that now these niggas did a manhunt because it went from they just thought they were harming kids to figuring out that these niggas had a baby and this is what they were doing to the baby. You know what I'm saying? And these niggas basically, when they got caught, it wasn't, they found out it was like 2 or 3 white dudes. And you see how he said that the court, they're looking for nothing but jail time. Even when these white dudes got caught, the judges didn't say that out here. See what I'm saying? So when I say that we 3/5 of a man, you could put two people of two totally different nationalities, two different races rather, and put them under the same laws, under the same pretenses, under the same backgrounds. This is a colored man, a man of ethnic, a minority, right? He's licensed, pretty sure he's don't have no felonies. You know what I mean? Got a clean record. He tells you it's the first time getting arrested, first time getting caught. So he's a first timer. So that means you can put him up against a first time white person that's born in 82, that has a license and all this shit. And I guarantee you, the judge would not have said the same thing. Guarantee you. But nevertheless, on this type of shit, there's people in my state that sell drugs that get more time than people that harm kids, than people that harm babies, than people who do sexual assaults. Yeah, I forgot the camera's on because I don't see it. I don't care. I'll be doing this anyway. Make sure my eyes are clean. But there's people that do sexual assaults and they don't get a lot of time. They fucking don't. There's drug dealers that get way more time than people who do sexual assaults. And these are facts. I don't know about your state, but in my state, they almost persecute the woman that stands up to the person that's raping her more than the motherfucker that actually fucking raped her. Shit's retarded. But we get into that another day.
A judge reads off the serious charges he's facing. A prosecutor, off camera, says the state will not settle for anything less than prison time.
The defendant sexually assaulted a very vulnerable adult who had no capacity to resist, no capacity to
Totally
cry out,
vulnerable.
no capacity to do anything other than be subject to what the defendant did to her.
One of our concerns is were there other victims or how many times this occurred. We may not know how many times this occurred.
The only allegation at this point is that there's DNA.
So do you believe the client is innocent?
I believe the client is entitled to due process.
That's what I don't get right there. Check it out. You seen earlier in the article that it said that the police tested his DNA and it matched. He's talking about we're going to do an independent test. I didn't even know that you could do independent tests. I know that you could test their shit. I knew that. But I didn't know that you could independently test the DNA. I know that you can test the drugs, that you can, if they say you get, so when you go to trial, right? This is why they say if you get caught with like small amounts, if you go to trial, you can actually win. So let's say you get caught with a certain amount of marijuana, let's use for an example. They got to take a certain amount of that marijuana to test it to make sure it's marijuana, right? Now, when you go to trial, you want to test it. Now, you got to take a certain amount from it to test to make sure it's marijuana. Now, what happens if you take the last little bit and there's no more marijuana? You have no evidence, right? This is why sometimes you don't always get to go to trial. But I understood about drugs. I just never heard of niggas testing DNA. That's the first time for me.
And proof beyond a reasonable doubt, as all defendants are.
In court, Gregan told the judge there's no proof Sutherland is the guy.
There's no direct evidence that Mr. Sutherland has committed these acts. I know at this point there is DNA. Mr. Sutherland will have a right and have his own DNA expert.
So what can you tell us about the DNA? You were talking.
I can't tell you anything, but I haven't received discovery, but there's an allegation of DNA. That's all I can tell you at this point.
And so you guys do plan to challenge that?
Well, we plan to have it tested for sure.
So you will run your own DNA tests?
Oh, correct.
Judge set Sutherland's bond at $500,000 cash, which his attorney argued is excessive since Sutherland does not have a criminal history.
All right. As we stated, this is a sexual assault case. So there is a victim. That victim is alive, but let's talk a little bit more about her. Here's some information that we have at this point. 29-year-old Native American.
Can you read that? I know he's about to say it, but I want you to read it. I'm just gonna play it back one more time.
But let's talk a little bit more about her. Here's some information that we have at this point. 29-year-old Native American woman, intellect.
Let's stop right there. Have not the Native Americans been through enough shit? Like, haven't we done enough shit? Like, haven't we experienced enough shit? This woman's laying in a bed, yo. She can't even fucking move. The only thing she could do on her own is what it sounds like is blink and listen and hear. Blink, see, and hear. She needs help breathing, help moving, help everything. They didn't say nothing about her being deaf, and they didn't say nothing about her being blind. So it sounds like the only thing she could do is see, blink, and listen. And you got to experience a motherfucker raping you, you getting pregnant by a fucking caregiver, yo. What the fuck?
Actually disabled for nearly a decade, not in a coma
10
or
years.
vegetative state as previously reported by some.
So you see it, she's awake. She's conscious. See it, she's not in a coma or vegetative state so some jackass got it wrong. But what the fuck, my nigga?
News outlets. So a very sympathetic and unique victim.
Y'all tell me, yo. My bad, man. I moved the laptop closer, so I don't realize that y'all niggas is only seeing my hat because I wasn't looking at the screen. I was looking at the other screen. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I couldn't even see the shit. That like button. You see this shit, yo? Like, do y'all niggas not see this shit? Yeah, we threw it back to the TV in the back, man. Yeah, we used to do that shit when I first came on YouTube. I used to have the TV in the back. Trying to think, man. Like, what would go through your brain? Like, did y'all see that shit, man? Salute to Naeem Lusk, man. Salute to Ralph. West Dallas Radio, my bad. Jason Reeves. This shit crazy. Did y'all niggas not see that shit? Like, what the fuck would go through a nigga's brain to be like that woman is in a bed. She can't fucking move. She can't breathe on her own. Like, my nigga, that means she needs help using the bathroom. She needs help going to the bathroom. She needs help taking a shower. You know what I mean? She needs help eating everything. She needs help getting dressed, getting her hair done. She can't do her nails. She can't do shit. And she's been like that for 10 years only. And this fucking cocksucker's raping her, getting her pregnant. And it's not the first time. And it's a bunch of women getting pregnant, getting raped. What the fuck is going on? Like, what? What the fuck is going? Why the fuck ain't people talking about that? There's a whole bunch of women out there and nobody's fussing. Like, what happened? Like, I don't give a fuck how old that shit. I don't give a fuck that shit happened yesterday. I don't give a fuck if that shit was 8 years ago. Like, what happened? That shit fucking retarded, yo. Never in a million years have I even heard of some shit like that. And it said it's a group of them. And it's not the first time. So that means it's not him. I mean, it's not only him. It's more of them. Like, imagine if the motherfucker that caught him, right? Check it out. What if the motherfucker that caught him raping them girls, what if he's one of them? And that's why he just said, oh, the DNA match or some crazy shit. Made it happen. Because the lawyer talking about, oh, we don't know if it's his or not. Like, I don't get it. How is this male able to just, I can't. I gotta play that shit back. I'm sorry. I gotta play that shit back. Because with the very first time I heard this shit, yo, this shit fucked me up, yo. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it, yo. All I can say is, why hasn't somebody shot this motherfucker yet? Listen to this shit. Yo, this shit. Yo, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Yo, this shit is mad retarded, yo. Hold on. Okay, I got it right there. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna put it on the big screen. Cause this shit, I just can't believe it. I can't believe this shit, yo. Let me bring this shit back, man. This shit is crazy as fuck, man. Listen to this shit one more time, yo.
Inappropriately. The woman's stomach had been bloated for 4 months, and she showed signs of being sexually active and having given birth before, suggesting this was unable to talk, move, swallow, or breathe normally, was brought to the hospital. A doctor said she showed signs of being sexually active and having given birth before, suggesting this may not have been the only time the woman had a baby. Interviews with Hacienda nurses and employees indicate the woman's stomach had been bloated for 4 months, and she had no menstruation for 6 months. A doctor ordered an ultrasound, but the test was declined by the diagnostic company. The police report even says that in 2002, the victim was part of a group of patients who were believed to have been touched inappropriately.
Got a DNA, have the person in custody, and he's in jail.
And then there's the accused, Nathan Sutherland, arrested after a DNA match. In the report, employees say after the baby was born, Sutherland called in sick for the next 2 to 3 Sundays and told one employee he was going through a rough time and asked her to pray for him.
And I will tell you something that as an investigator, as a member of our community, that I look at as important is this was an employee rather than a stranger who made his way into the facility.
Police say Sutherland was a licensed practical nurse who had direct contact with the victim. Through a court order, they got DNA from Sutherland and say it matched with the victim's baby.
Mr. Sutherland, may I have your full name, please?
Nathan Darcy Sutherland.
And your date of birth?
3/31/1982.
Standing next to his attorney in court today, a judge reads off the serious charges he's facing. A prosecutor off camera says the state will not settle for anything less than prison time.
The defendant sexually assaulted a very vulnerable adult who had no capacity to resist, no capacity to cry out, no capacity to do anything other than be subject to what the defendant did to her.
One of our concerns is were there other victims or how many times this occurred. We may not know how many times this occurred.
The only allegation at this point is that there's DNA.
So do you believe the client is innocent?
I believe the client is entitled to due process and proof beyond a reasonable doubt, as all defendants are.
In court, Gregan told the judge there's no proof Sutherland is the guy.
There's no direct evidence that Mr. Sutherland has committed these acts. I know at this point there is DNA. Mr. Sutherland will have a right and have his own DNA expert.
So what can you tell us about the DNA? You were talking.
I can't tell you anything, but I haven't received discovery, but there's an allegation of DNA. That's all I can tell you at this point.
And so you guys do plan to challenge that?
Well, we plan to have it tested for sure.
So you will run your own DNA tests?
Oh, correct.
Judge set Sutherland's bond at $500,000 cash, which his attorney argued is excessive since Sutherland does not have a criminal history.
All right. As we stated, this is a sexual assault case. So there is a victim. That victim is alive, but let's talk a little bit more about her. Here's some information that we have at this point. 29-year-old Native American woman, intellectually disabled for nearly a decade, not in a coma or vegetative state as previously reported by some news outlets. So a very sympathetic and unique.
Yo, this shit is crazy. I have to play that shit again. Salute to everybody watching. Hit that motherfucking like button. Salute to everybody on Facebook watching. Yeah, I see you, man. Yo, I just had to, yo. This shit is crazy. Like, what? Like, me as a content creator, I don't feel right not having this shit up here. It's not right. It's not right as a man not talking, bringing awareness about this. Like, what? What happened? I didn't know men do this type of shit. Yo, listen, man. If we was in there and a nigga like that came in there, you crazy? That nigga get the fucking shit beat out of him. What? We gonna call this shit when rapers go to prison. That's what the name of this shit gonna be. When this live is done, I'm gonna change the title to this shit when rapists go to prison. When this type of fucking nigga goes to jail, when he ends up in prison and he hit the spot like the big prison yard, when he hit over there and niggas know who the fuck he is, you crazy? That nigga get packed the fuck up. Check it out. So in my state, right? I told you this. Level 1 is like release, like parole, probation, halfway house, TS. That's level 1 in my state. Level 2, level 3, you're like outside. You're in jail. You're in prison, but you're like outside clearance. You're like you're not in a cell. You're like in a dorm. You're like in a big ass like a gymnasium with a bunch of fucking bunks in a bathroom and couple of phones, a screen TV. Some got little walls, some got cages. You know what I mean? But it's mainly like a fucking gymnasium with bunks. And when a motherfucker like that come through, they eat that nigga's food, B. He be food. Niggas be fucking that nigga up. Everywhere he go, he have to pack his shit. In other words, he have to pack up. In other words, he have to check in. He'd have to go to PC, right? So after his level will come down to like a 3, there's one prison in my state that all the pedophiles go to. It's fuck is the name of that shit? That's just in the sticks too. Fuck is the name of that shit? Oh, it's Brooklyn. It's called Brooklyn CI. It's in a little ass town called Brooklyn, Connecticut. It's in the fucking sticks. That shit is in the sticks. The whole fucking 90% of that prison is fucking pedophiles. True shit in my state. True shit. And it's like that nigga, even there where the pedophiles are, they would have fucked that nigga up. Yeah, maybe I should hang my shit back up. Look at this shit. True shit. That pedophile nigga, they would have fucking beat that nigga ass. It didn't matter what prison he went to. That nigga, yo, there was a ring. You heard him. It was more than just her. It wasn't just her getting sexually assaulted, yo. It was more than that. That nigga in prison would have got fucked up. It didn't matter where he was at. His entire bit, that nigga would have to get down with a gang. True shit. And even then, he probably wouldn't even got down with a gang. And even if he could, and if he had in his identity, even if he could, right? But believe it, they would have found out who he was. And when they did, forget about it, puppy. Your day is over. Good night. I seen that article, yo. I wasn't even going to go live. I wasn't going to go live at all. When I seen that shit, I was like, what? I was like, I don't care how old this shit. I ain't never seen nobody talk about anything like this. I was like, wait, what? Hold up. That shit got me bugging. I can't, but like, what type of a man thinks about this shit? Look at the victim. Look at this shit. She's only 29 years old. They said that she's only been like that for 10 years. She was only fucked up like that for 10 years. Excuse me for saying it like that, but like, it didn't say if she got in an accident or she had an aneurysm or she had a surgery that went bad or if one day maybe she just woke up. It didn't say how it happened to her, but she's 29 and it says she's only been like that for 10 years. So that means she was 19. And this is not the first time she got pregnant. Like, what kind of a fucking piece of shit does something like that? I don't give a fuck. Any kind of a justification you try to give, talking about this motherfucker looks special. The nigga had a job there. He was licensed. Like, what? Like, do I gotta play that shit for y'all again? Look at your comment and look at what I'm talking about. How does your comment apply to what I'm speaking about right now? How about that? So with your channel name Divided We Fall, I'm literally talking about a woman that's basically that can't do nothing on her own but breathe, but blink, but see and hear, see and listen. She can't breathe on her own. She can't move her body. She can't do shit. And this nigga was raping her. And she was pregnant more than one time. And it wasn't by herself. She had more women it was her caregiver. And where she was more than just her going through this shit. And you in my comments talk about YouTube niggas beefing. So when you say divided we fall, you're dividing. You're dividing right now coming in here with that comment. That comment in itself is divisive. You see what I'm talking about? Why would you bring that type of energy into this topic about that? What I don't get is how nobody in this nigga's family knew, none of his friends, none of his associates. You telling me none of his fucking coworkers, nobody knew that he was out here doing this shit? Because he said it was a group of them. Look, I'll play that shit back. He said it wasn't just her. Said it
That's
wasn't
my old bill.
her.
$972. My new one, $28 a month. Or if I
said it wasn't just her.
I'm Justin Lum with Fox 10 News, and we have reached the 1 year mark.
Victim here, but the question I have is what role?
Been birth before. Hospital, a doctor said she showed signs. For example, when the victim, who police confirm, we'll warn you, parts of it are disturbing. For example, when the victim, who police confirm was unable to talk, move, swallow, or breathe normally, was brought to the hospital, a doctor said she showed signs of being sexually active and having given birth before, suggesting this may not have been the only time the woman had a baby. Interviews with Hacienda nurses and employees indicate the woman's stomach had been bloated for 4 months, and she had no menstruation for 6 months. A doctor ordered an ultrasound, but the test.
All right, hold up. As a woman, let me make sure y'all can hear me. Okay. You telling me as a woman caregiver, you see another female. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. You see another female and her stomach is growing, and now she doesn't have her menstrual cycle. As a woman, you never think in your mind that, man, maybe she might be pregnant. Maybe one of these motherfuckers in here is a piece of shit and he's taking advantage of one of these women. That was never a thought in none of the females' brains, none of the doctors' brains, anybody who's been checking her out. That was never a thought. Because evidently it's a group of these motherfuckers. Or this nigga's so good that he's he's just getting women pregnant in there left and right. Because it's that, you'll see.
Nurses and employees indicate the woman's stomach had been bloated for 4 months and she had no menstruation for 6 months. A doctor ordered an ultrasound, but the test was declined by the diagnostic company. The police report even says that in 2002, the victim was part of a group of patients who were believed to have been touched inappropriately.
Got a DNA, have the person in custody.
Yo, did you hear that? A group. That should say a group. But yeah, I want you to think about that. A group. A group, my nigga. Like what? I'm trying to understand the thinking of the very first time that you said to yourself, oh, I'm about to take it from this one right here. I'm thinking about the very first time. Like, I can't understand it, let alone every other woman. And I'm like, come on, bro. You gotta castrate this, man. First time offender, I don't give a fuck. This type of shit is not tolerated, man. The woman can't move, yo. The woman can't fucking move, man. This shit got me feeling some type of fucking way.
I switched from State Farm
fucking
because
commercial
of this site. They wanted me to pay $163 a month on my new.
I'm Justin Lum with Fox.
Keep doing
Victim here, but the question I have is, what role will she play?
Oh my God, man. He's doing the same fucking shit.
I'm Justin Lum with Fox.
Victim here, but the question I have is, what role will she?
In the report, employees say after the baby was born, Sutherland called in
Very
sick
sure.
for the next 2 to 3 days. Indicate the woman's stomach had been birthed before, suggesting this was brought to the hospital. A doctor said she showed signs of being sexually active and having given birth before, suggesting this may not have been the only time the woman had a baby. Interviews with Hacienda nurses and employees indicate the woman's stomach had been bloated for 4 months and she had no menstruation for 6 months.
Right there. That's what I'm saying. As a woman, that ding, 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 that shit don't happen. That brain don't, that shit never happened.
Months. A doctor ordered an ultrasound, but the test was declined by the diagnostic company. The police report even says that in 2002,
Why didn't you just test her urine? Why didn't you just walk your ass to Walmart, spend $3, $20, $40 out your motherfucking pocket, and when she I'm pretty sure she got a colostomy bag. You know what I'm saying? Put some of that shit in the cup and stick the fucking stick in there. Pregnancy test is not that hard. Like, come on, man. It's one of your fucking workers, man. This shit got my brain fucked up, yo.
the victim was part of a group of patients who were believed to have been touched inappropriately.
Got a DNA, have the person in custody, and he's in jail.
And then there's the accused, Nathan Sutherland, arrested after a DNA match. In the report, employees.
You heard him. DNA match. So now check it. DNA match. So now this nigga goes to trial. And his lawyer. And they test his fucking DNA. And it comes back for somebody else. What is that going to say about their fucking system? Imagine that. The government got it wrong. Imagine how many others they've gotten wrong. I'm not assuming anything. I want you to hear with your own ears.
Got a DNA, have the person in custody, and he's in jail.
And then there's the accused, Nathan.
Got a DNA.
Was part of a group of patients who were believed to.
Group of patients, yo. So my question is, what is this motherfucker running around in there just taking shit left and right? Or is what sounds more probable is that there's a few of them motherfuckers in there that need to be shot in the fucking head. Fuck turned into the police. Fuck calling the cops. That nigga got caught. Fuck him. Somebody pay somebody in there to stab that nigga in his neck. But his co-conspirators need to go get shot in the dick and then shot in the face. True shit. That shit ain't cool. Imagine you knew that woman that was happening to. I repeat, these niggas need to get shot in the dick and then get shot in the face. Tell them I said that.
You have been touched inappropriately.
Got a DNA, have the person in custody, and he's in jail.
And then there's the accused, Nathan Sutherland, arrested after a DNA match. In the report, employees say after the baby was born, Sutherland called in sick for the next 2 to 3 Sundays and told.
I bet he was calling out on Sundays. Bet you that nigga was getting lit on Saturday night trying to forget what the fuck is going on.
One employee he was going through a rough time and asked her to pray for him.
The fucking balls on this cocksucker. He's in there raping women and he's asking a fucking coworker to pray for him. What a fucking, the audacity on this dude. I repeat, he need to get shot in the dick and then get shot in the face, yo.
And I will tell you something that as an investigator, as a member of our community, that I look at as important is this was an employee rather than.
Right there. An employee. Get what I'm saying? This thing ain't got no criminal record. Imagine how many other places imagine how many women he's done this to that were in others places. Like before he worked at this location. What if he did this type of shit in another state? What if he was somewhere else? Like, come on, man. Imagine about the women that he's not going to admit to. Imagine that. Yo, she's 29 years old. They said this happened to her 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Imagine that shit, yo. You 19. Think about what you was doing at 19. What you was looking forward to at 21. Where your life was. Where you thought it was going. Where you wanted it to head to. And then boom. You in there. And you got this fucking dude. Look at the way he looks, yo. Look at this shit. I'll make fun of this type of nigga. I'll make fun of
Police
people,
say
but this
Sutherland
piece
was a
of shit.
licensed practical nurse who had direct contact with the victim. Through a court order, they got DNA from Sutherland and say it matched with the victim's baby.
Mr. Sutherland, may I have your full name, please?
Nathan Darcy Sutherland,
And your date of birth?
3/31/1982.
Look at this dude. Look at that. Ladies, imagine this nigga's on top of you, right? No, don't imagine that. But for her sake, this nigga's on top of you and you can't do nothing. You can't even twiddle your fingers. Let's say you got a ring on your finger and you want to hit that ring against something metal up against the bed just to make enough noise to get somebody's attention, to push the button, to do something. And you can't. All you could do is blink and listen. You can't move. She needs help breathing. She needs help eating. She needs help moving. Everything. And this is what's on top of you. At 19 years old, your life was good. For the last 10 years, who knows how long you've been dealing with this? Imagine how the parent of this 29-year-old feels. Man, prayers out to her and her family, yo. This fucking piece of shit needs to have both of his eyes closed like that. Anybody in AZ, man, you fucking watching this shit, and you see this nigga right here, I don't give a fuck if this shit 20 years old, man. You better split this motherfucker's melon, yo. This is some wild, yo, this shit crazy, man. Like, come on, man, as a people, like, come on, man, we doing this shit right here? This is what niggas is doing to each other, man? This is what niggas is doing? This shit retarded, man.
Standing next to his attorney in court today, a judge reads off the serious charges he's facing. A prosecutor off camera says the state will not settle for anything less than prison time.
The defendant sexually assaulted a very vulnerable adult who had no capacity to resist, no capacity to cry out, no capacity to do anything other than be subject to what the defendant did to her.
One of our concerns is were there other victims or how many times this occurred. We may not know how many times this occurred.
The only allegation at this point is that there's DNA.
So do you believe the client is innocent?
I believe the client is entitled to due process and proof beyond a reasonable doubt, as all defendants are.
In court, Gregan told the judge there's no proof Sutherland is the guy.
There's no direct evidence that Mr. Sutherland has committed these acts. I know at this point there is DNA. Mr. Sutherland will have a right and have his own DNA expert.
So what can you tell us about the DNA? You were talking.
I can't tell you anything, but I haven't received discovery, but there's an allegation of DNA. That's all I can tell you at this point.
And so you guys do plan to challenge that?
Well, we plan to have it tested for sure.
So you will run your own DNA tests?
Oh, correct.
Judge set Sutherland's bond at $500,000 cash, which his attorney argued is excessive since Sutherland does not have a criminal.
Look at this piece of shit. Yo, in my state, yo, when I used to be younger and when I was like Y and D's age around there, yo, the old school Puerto Ricans that used to come from the island and they'd be locked up, they'd be the first niggas that would go cut this nigga on their own without saying nothing to nobody. They just go poke this nigga up on their own. If they knew exactly who real shit. It didn't what race the dude was. It didn't matter dude was Puerto Rican, yo. If you doing this shit, an old school Puerto Rican fucking poke you, yo. I'm not joking. Off a GP for no fucking reason. Just GP, my nigga. That's the reason. That shit ain't cool, yo.
Criminal history.
All right. As
he said no criminal history.
$1,000 cash, which his attorney argued is excessive since Sutherland does not have a criminal history.
All right. As we stated, this is a sexual assault case. So there is a victim. That victim is alive, but let's talk a little bit more about her. Here's some information that we have at this point. 29-year-old Native American woman, intellectually disabled for nearly a decade, not in a coma or vegetative state.
Yo, she's only been like this for 10 years, and she's 29. She's a Native American, 19 years old, yo. So you have a normal life, I'm guessing, up until you're 19. And now you're 29, having your second child by getting raped by God knows how long, by God knows how many people, by God knows how many times. Come on, man.
Previously reported by some news outlets. So a very sympathetic and unique victim here. But the question I have is, what role will she play during the course of this trial? Let's bring in someone who can answer that question for us. Joining us from Phoenix, Arizona, the attorney who represented Jodi Arias and hates her more than you do, Kirk Nurmi, back with us. Kirk, great to see you.
Vinny, great to see you. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year. This case is very difficult, but you have you think about who the victim is here. Someone who was incapacitated.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck were you thinking, bro? She's incapacitated. It doesn't matter. You don't force yourself on no woman. It doesn't even matter. Like, even if she wasn't, you don't fucking do that. Like, that just makes it 1,000 times worse, is the point that I meant by what I said exactly. Like, what was the thinking? Like, exactly, what are you thinking? Like, that made it even worse.
The most vulnerable type of victim. But as we move this into a courtroom, what role in this trial will the victim play?
I think with today's technology, right? This is what I advocate for. With today's technology, when the trial is done and he's found guilty, I think they should create a machine where at the blink of an eye, literally at the blink of an eye, I repeat, she could shoot him in the dick and then shoot him in the face. True shit.
You know, obviously she's a very sympathetic victim, and I think prosecutors are going to play on that. Some aspects of her limited no communicative ability, limited amatory abilities. But I think ultimately this is going to come down to DNA, because what we're talking about here is the baby and the connection to the baby, to the defendant, and as well as the victim.
Well, let me ask you, does the jury ever get to see her? Should the jury get to see her? She is the victim here.
Well, that's a great and interesting question, Vinny, but I don't know that she would be able to provide anything to the jury. Maybe the prosecutors will try to get a videotape that demonstrates her state, but I don't necessarily know that they need to do that. I don't know that if, you know, and I happen to work with the prosecutor who's doing this case, and I think he's pretty straightforward, and I think he is the type that's going to focus on the DNA, and we have some medical experts talk about her condition and her physical condition as a way to bringing that emotion into the courtroom without actually bringing her.
I don't know, man. I don't know, yo. Because, like, me personally, yo, I don't advocate for that court shit, yo. But if they're gonna get a nigga, yo, this shit is crazy, yo. I say they should just shoot that nigga in his face, man. I just want to do a live, bringing a live about that shit, yo. We gotta bring awareness to this crazy shit, man. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here that's on some crazy shit, yo. Take care of yourself, man. Watch out for y'all loved ones, yo. Real shit. Salute, Mads. True talk, man. Watch out for y'all loved one, man. Hold y'all kids tight, cause a motherfucker like that, man, there's too many of them motherfuckers running around. One of them motherfuckers is too many of them. And I'm 100%, yo. In my heart, I feel like it was a group of them motherfuckers, and they was over there doing something. True shit. Cause it said it was a group of victims, and it's not the first time. So it seems like it was a group of them motherfuckers, and it was raping them chicks. Fucking pieces of shits down there, yo. Whoever around them motherfuckers, go shoot them niggas in the dick, and then go shoot them niggas in the face. They out there raping chicks. That shit ain't cool. Salute to all of y'all, man. This is We Are 5 Fifths.